All right, so let's go ahead and move on. So I thought this was a very funny little cartoon, so we added the cartoons. Dilbert, right? Dilbert all the way. Dilbert 100%. Basically, do you want some coaching? Heck yes. If you find someone who knows my job better than I do, send them my way. And then maybe I could share my wisdom with you. Can you teach me how to stay calm when some idiot interrupts me? So I'm hoping you don't look at coaching as that, right? Some idiot that interrupts you. I just hope that you see the benefits. Now, when they rolled out the IQ system, and a lot of you agents didn't see what was going on, we sat through some videos, and a part of that video was when you opted in to the IQ system, at the same time, you were supposed to opt into, yes, I'd love to get some coaching, or yes, I'd love to be a coach. And for some reason that went away, and I'm not really sure why. They didn't really give us an explanation. And we had all the classes set up prior to that. So second question, how many of you guys have read Chris Stewart's book? All right. Yeah, it's a fun little book, right? So some great insights, some reminders about real estate and what we should do for real estate and what real estate should look like, right? So get in there. It's only like 200 pages. You should be able to do 200 pages and just get it done. It's really kind of an interesting read, right? So what is coaching? We get this question all the time. Coaching is very simply accountability, right? And I know a lot of real estate agents don't like to hear that word, and it's not a bad word. It's just a word, right? How do we find, or how do we keep the agents accountable? And systems that we talk about doing that accountability. Now, you've got to have some kind of accountability in your business. You just can't just keep going on your own and not. So it's either you're holding yourself accountable, your bills are holding you accountable, you know, your branch manager, you know, your coach, whatever that is. Basically, coaching is a lot of accountability. It's a lot about asking great questions. Right? Now, it's also business planning. So it's getting down to the nitty gritty. What are we going to do? How are we going to do it? What are the systems that we're going to use to do our business planning? And it can look different for everybody. It doesn't matter what you do, how you do it. When you go through coaching, they'll have a system that helps you kind of assimilate what your business planning is. It's also personal planning, right? I mean, it is drilling down into what you want to do. It's not just for business. You know, your business is designed to give you a life worth living. And that life worth living goes into your personal planning. Now, with the new IQ system, one of the big things that they're going to roll out is the lifestyle planning, right? So start thinking about that. Start to think about how you're going to roll that out, not only for yourself, also for your clients. It's going to be a big tool moving forward. So the next thing, what is coaching is access to experience. And when I hear something like that, what I think of, hey, somebody else spent money, time, and energy learning how to do this. I'm not going to make the same mistakes. I'm going to use that coaching. I'm going to save money to do it. And I'm going to save time and energy doing it too. Now, it's not the be all to end all. I might add on to that. I might take away from it. Although it is the access to experience that you're really paying for, right? And the accountability. Coaching is also making connections. Be it, you know, typically a coach doesn't just coach one person. So when I'm talking to you, I'm not talking to you as a coach. I'm talking to you as the experience from the group, right? Which is a great opportunity. So I can hear things that are working, that are going on, that you may not have access to, or may never run into that person, and I can share those items with you. And again, you can save time and money doing that. Coaching is facing new challenges. It's all about not really pushing you out of your comfort zone, maybe leading you out of your comfort zone, making you feel like, okay, I've got this, I understand this, I've mastered this, let's move on to something else. And it goes back to that E to P conversation, right? So does anybody remember what E to P is?
Entrepreneurial to purposeful.
Entrepreneurial to purposeful, okay? So entrepreneurial to purposeful is, look, here's my natural ceiling. I'm going to hit that natural ceiling. What I choose to do there will determine whether I'm going to go to the next level or not. So read a book, talk to a coach, read an article, get on YouTube, right? Whatever, to break me through that. If not, I just bounce off and do this, right? So coaching is a great opportunity. It's a great vehicle to kind of help you get through those and to get through those challenges and get through them quicker and easier and cheaper than you normally would. So it's all about info sharing. That's what coaching is all about, especially the group coaching. I really enjoy the group coaching. So we can get in there and everybody can share their experiences. Hey, I ran into this. Hey, I ran into that. Okay, what'd you do? How'd it feel? And so on and so forth, okay? And last but not least is growth. Coaching is all about growth. It's all about taking you to the next level and helping you get through the next level, right? One of my favorite books is Great Coaches Ask Great Questions, right? So as you go through this and as you learn, you're going to learn to ask the right questions too, or the great questions, not just how was your day, how was your day going, so on and so forth. So, okay. Now, what is not coaching? Coaching is not training, okay? Coaching is all about the individual and the systems that you're using. Now, training may be a component that we bring you to or show you to or take you to the next level with, although that's not really what coaching is about, okay? Coaching is also not about complaining. That's not somebody that you pay to go in and complain to, okay? So we're going to take that opportunity, is what we love to call it, and we're going to talk about the opportunity, and we're always going to come up with a solution, okay? Every single time. It's not a gab session. You're not paying your coach to sit there and chit chat with you for 45 minutes to an hour. Right? We both have stuff to do. That's a very expensive friend, right? That's a very expensive way to go in and try and just get somebody to talk with you. So it's not a gab session. Now, there's a couple different types of coaching that I want to talk about. First one is group coaching. Now, I think I have most of the sales leaders on here. So how many of the sales leaders are doing some kind of group coaching right now?
I am. We are in Burien.
Okay. And what are you doing? You're doing?
We do new crew in Burien, and then we're just going to start kind of a secondary level of that.
Okay, awesome. Patty, what about you?
Business planning and goal setting.
Okay, awesome. Cheryl?
Full Circle Friday and business planning.
Full Circle Friday. I like that. I like New Crew too. I like that one. Okay, Bridget, what about you?
New broker training on Tuesdays, and one of our newer brokers has set up a new broker circle following our sales meeting to talk about things that they're seeing, and I join in about old practices, new practices, and how things are moving forward. It touches a little bit of everything on the industry.
Okay, awesome. Now I can only see 5 of you, so I'm not sure who else is on there. I'm only seeing you 5 because the Zoom only gives me 5 of you. So if any other sales leaders are out there and you want to share what you're doing for group coaching, put that in the chat and then I'll share it. So first thing we do are wig calls. Are you guys familiar with wig calls? Anybody know what a wig call is?
Yeah.
Other than the sales leaders.
Wildly insane goals is wig.
Okay, I've never heard it say wildly insane goals, but okay. I'll go with that.
Pretty good. I like that.
A wig call is a wildly important goal. And it comes from the book, The 4 Disciplines of Execution. And basically what it is everybody gets on the call and says, this is what I promised to do last week. I promised to do that this week. This is what I actually did. And this is what I promised to do next week. So it's really a quick call. Everybody gets on, says what they're going to do, and then moves forward. Okay. Now, which kind of sounds like what New Crew is and Full Circle Friday kind of. So now you don't really need a branch manager or a sales leader to do this for you. You guys can set up your own wig calls. Okay. If you need help doing that, you just let us know. Let any of the sales managers know. We'll be more than happy to hook everybody together to kind of get that going and to get that moving. Maybe we'll be on those calls for a little while and to help you get those wildly important goals going. So, okay. And then new agent. New agent, we all kind of do. I do Focus Factory here in Federal Way and Puyallup, the New Crew. So if you have those resources, reach out to them. Okay. All right. And then the other one is masterminds, and you're going to see a lot more masterminds. Oops, shoot. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Sorry, my computer was goofing up on me. So masterminds is another big one. If you've got, a lot of people that do FISBOs, get on a FISBO mastermind, and we'll have these too, and we'll schedule these too, although I don't really want you to actually just wait for us to do them. I want you guys we can facilitate that, help you with that, and kind of get a group together that's like-minded in the masterminds group. The last one is scripts. Scripts. You should be involved in some kind of scripts practice on a daily, if not daily, a weekly basis. Okay. Get into the habit of doing scripts practice. So we all schedule our lead generation on a daily basis. Your script for that day should be whatever you're going to do for lead gen that day. So if I'm going to go door knocking, you're going to practice door knocking scripts that day. Okay. If I'm going to call my SOI or my database, that's the script I'm going to work today. Okay. So as we schedule that lead generation out, let's also think about the scripts and get together with individuals that'll do scripts practice every day or every single day, or, maybe every other day, however you want to do it. Okay. Especially for open houses. Open houses is a huge one that you really need good scripts with. All right. Individual coaching is also an option. It's a great option. Now, what I do want to say is at Berkshire Hathaway, we don't charge for coaching. Okay. So all of these resources to you are free. I'm willing to do one-on-ones with you. I'm sure your sales leader would love to do one-on-ones with you. If you want to join the WIG groups or any of that stuff, just let us know. We're more than happy to get you involved on that and get you going in that direction. Okay. And that kind of leads to peer partner groups too. We want you to be involved in some kind of sharing outside your own resource, right? Because the only thing that's going to happen if you're only doing it by yourself is you're always going to hit your natural, right? Your natural ceiling. So we want to help you get past that, learn from others, and kind of get there. So for those of you who don't know, my wife's a real estate agent also, and every day at 7:15, she's on her peer partner coaching, right? She's on her one-on-ones with her peer partner and doing whatever she needs to do or wants to do, and they kind of talk about what they're going to do for that day. So that's also a great option for you. Now, I will say coaching, one-on-one coaching looks different for every sales leader. So however they want to do it and however you want to do it, I'm not really concerned about the process. I'm more concerned about you actually getting out there and actually doing it. That's what I really, really want to see. So there's 44 people on this call. I'm hoping all 44 of you sign up for coaching right after this call. Okay. Now there's some rules to coaching. So there's some rules and regulations to coaching. First one is come prepared, right? Don't come to coaching without knowing what's going on, or you just come just because you have to. That doesn't work. You are involved in this, so you have a buy-in on this, so you should be coming involved, right? Be on time. That's always a great thing. Every coach and every sales leader has time set aside for coaching and moving forward, especially with the new IQ system. There's a lot of different materials in there that we'd love to share with you, love to help you to get to the next level with those and to actually be using those, okay? Next one is know your numbers. Real estate is all about numbers. It's a numbers game. Know your numbers when you come to coaching. I will also say this, know your passwords. I spend 25% of my coaching time merely getting passwords, okay? So if you're not using LastPass, then use something else. Don't use the one on your computer because that's a bad idea. Passwords and know your numbers. When you come to me and you say, I ask you how much lead generation or how many hours did you do in lead generation? And you say a couple, right? That's probably not going to fly, right? I'm going to ask you for specific numbers, specific number dials, contacts, all that good stuff. So know your numbers. If you need a system to help you with that, please let me know. I have a great system that will help you do that, okay? All right, understand there will be no failure. It does not matter if you come to coaching and you have fallen on your face. That's okay. It's even preferred, actually, sometimes, every once in a while. Sometimes you gotta fail for it. Failure is like fertilizer, it helps you grow. Okay, so even if you're doing something and it's not quite working for you, that's what coaching is all about. Let's analyze that, let's figure out why, and let's go from forward. You don't need to do it all on your own. I once talked to a gal who said she door knocked 600 houses and didn't get a single deal from it. And I said, wow, I wish you would have talked to me about 550 homes ago. I would have saved you a lot of time and energy, okay? Then we got her squared away, got her some scripts, and then it started paying off for her, so, okay? The other thing with coaching, and this goes with anything, is be consistent, right? And that's really what coaching does for you. It creates that consistency and it creates that kind of peer pressure in order for you to stay consistent and have a real estate business like this and not one that goes like this, okay? All right, and the last one is no excuses. One of my pet peeves is the word but. Whenever somebody says but, it always drives me crazy. So I always call anybody out that says but, right? I'll say, hey, time out, no buts here, okay? So, excuses are great for some people. Typically for your coach, excuses aren't gonna work. So think about that, right? Because the only thing you're doing by creating excuses is just saying why I didn't do it. And we already know it wasn't done, so that's okay. Let's move on. What can we do to make sure it happens from here on out and that we keep going from here on out, okay? All right, what are your next steps? From here, we really want you to assess your business. The IQ assessment was a great way to do that. How many of you guys have done your IQ assessments? The majority? Okay. So turn your IQ scores into your sales leader so we kind of get an idea of what those scores are looking like. So we know where everybody is sitting and everybody is where we need to go from here. So we can create that training around the IQ and the IQ system, okay? All right, next one is figure out how to operate your computer, and that will help. There we go. All right, figure out which program is going to be that's going to work best for you. If group coaching is going to work out best for you, that's fine, that's great, that's awesome. Just reach out to me and we'll help you find the best way to go for that. Okay, now you may do group coaching with somebody in Roseburg, Edmonds, Federal Way, and Puyallup, right, Vancouver. So it may not be just in your area, and that's okay. And that's the beauty of being in Berkshire Hathaway Northwest Real Estate, is that we have a group, and we have such a group that we can start putting these things together, okay? All right, again, know your numbers. If you don't know your numbers at this point, you need to figure it out, right? So if you need help with that, let me know. I have a great program that you can use for that. But you should know how many dials it takes to close a transaction, okay? If I make 100 dials and I contact 20 people, out of those 20 people, I get 5 appointments. If I get 5 appointments, how many of them actually list with me? And out of those that list with me, how many did I actually close? So now I can take your closings, equate it with your dials, and I can come up with a plan and a program for you. All right. Now, your last thing is to commit to coaching. So determine which one you're going to do, which program you want to be in, and sign up, right? Just get that going. And again, if you want to sign up for any of these coachings, just email me and I'll hook you up with whoever you need to be hooked up with, okay? All right, now the SAGE program is also a great way, and I'm going to be teaching that on Thursday if you're interested. Go to the SAGE program and go to the SAGE, and it helps you build out a business plan, okay? Now, how do we tie this back into the IQ system? Very simply, in the IQ, there's a couple things that you really need to do. First one is do your IQ if you haven't done it yet. The next one is go to the influential leadership. And from the influential leadership, it'll take you to Gino's leadership mindset and meds, his mindset routine, and his 7 daily practices. Okay, so that gets you in the right mindset for coaching and kind of gets you a little taste of what coaching would be without the accountability. Okay, the next one is if you click the My Business and Marketing Plan, it will take you to start with SAGE, and it'll give you different business and marketing templates. I encourage you to reach out to your sales leader, as they have a lot of this stuff too, and they have these resources, and you can sit down with them and talk to them about that. So